I think I have a plan.
You think you have a plan?
Get these, lock them in. I think we rotate it this way because it'll go up underneath that table.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually has more room with it up than it does if it was down.
Okay.
And we'll spin it here.
Okay.
So it's going 180 that way.
Okay.
So.
Do me a favor, don't stand in front of the car.
Well, if it starts going down,
I don't want you to be in the front of it, is what I'm saying.
It looks like a yard sale. It looks like a yard sale.
You're crazy.
I just love it. We're selling the
Alright, you want me to unlock these?
black,
Oh, that's the only
and
option.
not the WD-40 pen.
Oh, all right.
Spin around.
Check.
High five.
Good job, team. Oh, I jumped
What do
in.
you want to say?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
We're working on the taillight housings today. We gotta put the lenses on, and then we gotta put the gaskets on. So, I painted these last week. Hopefully, they look pretty good. So, I'm gonna do this. This goes right.
So I'm still here helping, watching. So that's the pass. Screws. So we just have to, like, 2 turns on each one. eyes are watering.
Aw.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, shit. How did we find out once?
I can't see.
Ugh!
This okay.
Okay, the top's got to way go in like an inch on this side.
Over here,
Ooh,
like that.
this side's closer.
Heels going boom, boom, boom. Every eye, she's a steal. She's got those sexy heels. Strutting like a runway queen. In her heels, she's a dream. Everyone just stops and feels the magic of her sexy heels. Sexy heels, turning heads. It's so unreal. Sexy heels, every step, she's the deal. Sexy heels, turning heads. It's so unreal. Sexy heels, every step, she's the deal. Diamond shining like a star. She's electric, going far. Every move, she's got appeal in those sexy heels.
Oh, that's good. Baby, how's that look? It's hot in there. Austin, what was your favorite part of the day? Oh,
Get slushies.
getting slushies. All right, keep cleaning. You're doing great. That looks awesome.
Also down here.
Yep, all of that. Get that clean for us, please.
I got a better idea.
What's your idea?
Put the stuff on the rag.
Yeah. You want to show the people that are watching how to do it? How you do it?
So you put your rag on the floor.
Nope, don't do that because it'll pick up all the dirt.
You put your rag on your pants or something, or on the hood probably. And then you squirt some of the stuff on the rag. And then you wipe your car.
Let's get it. Let's see what it looks like.
Or if you're helping your dad.
You are helping your dad. How's it look? Happy with it? Give it one more good one.
Oh, rust. Also up here.
No, just the bumper. Just the shiny stuff. Get it good and clean. So when the neighbors drive by, they know we're actually working on a real car.
I think that's good. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Thanks, buddy. Looks awesome. everything's fired up, get the lights on in the tiny garage. But get that guy installed, make sure all my holes and clips that I've been working on. I'm missing a nut right here that'll pull that tight. So I might get it welded. I did pick up my wire. So we'll get really only 2 things left on the list today. It's that filler panel for extra credit, and then the weld spot prep. Just to make sure. I mentioned it during the spinning video yesterday. The intent is to continue to do this welding on the back, outer and inner wheel well repair, and then add the quarter panel here. It's much more forgiving in the welding. And while I feel confident in it, I'm not ready to tackle this piece yet until I can get the gas, the wire, Lincoln Electric Weld Pack 100 set up right. So extremely confident in it. That was converted to gas. I could get my years right, but over 15 years ago, and it's been a good little unit for me. So we'll keep grinding with it. Get things set up in here where everybody's still sleeping, and then no football game until Monday night. So everything's going to be good. It's going to be a great day, great 4-day weekend. We'll add some things to the list after we get done with this stuff, but come along for the ride. Austin just came out. He's going to come out and help me. A little bit of extra credit, another thing added to the list. So I started looking at the way the car is sitting. So I'm going to add about 1 inch to the driver's side coilover. And I thought that's a good little video because somebody had asked me what my UMI quick performance brackets look like. I'm going to get in there. But we had already purchased this quick performance 9-inch rear end. Well, they were developing this bracket. So I think Remy in his video says things like double shear point or 2 shear points. So he wants extra bolts, extra touch points. So this is the bracket that they sell. Mods I got to make. I don't need all that play. So I'm probably going to cut 1.5 inches off of that. Weld a plate back on it. But you can see, I think you can see up in here, everything fits so good. That's adjustable. This is not, I didn't get that. That's a fixed lower, but super pleased. So double adjustable Viking coilovers that they sell with most of their kits. But I need to get, back up a little bit. I need to get this coilover up because it's sitting so funny. So we're going to work through that this morning and just kind of talk with everybody, trying to be quiet. Until the sun comes up at least. So there it's 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch of a gap on the lower. And I can get that on this. Austin's coming out, open the door. Half sleepy. Dad, I'm coming out. So let's take the weight of the body off of this. Front's all chalked up. There we go. And UMI sells. I think they sell. It comes with the kit. These black powder coated wrenches. This is what came from QA1. We got QA1s on the Silver Chevelle and the El Camino. But I don't know if this is a Viking product. They actually work very well. So we're going to go up. Hi, Austin. Okay. Or a hoodie. Or a hoodie. Let me get my right angle. Not a lot of weight. And see how loose that. How'd you sleep, buddy? That's actually pretty close. I wonder if we need to go up an inch on both. Let's do that. Let's just go up an inch. You want to see what we're working with? The car was sitting kind of kittywampus. So I'm raising up these rear coilovers, Austin, that we got from your friend Remy at UMI Performance. Remember? Yeah. Yeah. And let's go. That's up an inch. Let's do the same on this side. Let's see if I can do it with the weight of the car. It's way easier with a knot on there. But I think we can do it with.
What is that tool?
This is it's a wrench. Maybe a coilover wrench. But it's got grooves cut into it that match. You see the thing I'm spinning, the little collar?
Yeah. That's how it makes it.
It fits into it. Do this. I'll show you the the UMI bracket again. All right, there we're at 1 inch, just so you can get a real good view on it. So that is the UMI Quick Performance 9-inch rear end bracket or plate. It's heavy duty. I'm not so sure if I'm going to drive it first that I like about that much of it, but I can weld it up. So we're going to take a step back and see if the car looks more level. I think that's way better. So driver side was loose, 1/8 of an inch. Passenger side was 3/4. Bumped up the driver's side, so there's a 1 inch gap. I think it sits much better. We'll step back into the road. Just looks like a little better ride height. Cross that off the list. Austin, do you want to come hold this and record? I'm going to open up the hood and show everybody our UMI suspension parts. So try to be steady, right? So you don't get people sick. You don't have to get super close on me. Maybe even where you can see my head. But then we'll get in here. This is what really got us started on front tubular control arms. I said coilovers. Front control arms with the Viking coilover. Everything fit real good. I'm not getting the angle. I'm going to insert a couple pictures of when we did that install, but it came out very nice. I can get down in here. Just a super nice setup. Everything went in very clean. We've had some bad experience installing some other brands. Nothing wanted to fit right. These slid right in. Super forgiving. I'm not exactly sure what everybody else's normal looks like, but because we are in such a tiny spot, I spend a lot of our time shuffling bins and putting stuff up high. Now I'm going to work on this filler panel, and I know I've lost the filler panel hardware. I had it in a bag. Shuffle. Looks like I do have a pretty good little Excel spreadsheet, but it always comes down to finding window crank. I'm not going to bore you with all of this, but I'm going to go through everything. I'm going to find the filler panel bolts. I'm going to find the headlight bezels. I'm going to find the headlight little adjusters. There's the 4 little brackets that actually get mounted onto this that came with the kit. Again, it's an AMD. You can tell the difference too, holy moly, which is why we're locked into buying AMD when we go home to Georgia and just tell the difference in what I've had before. But I'm going to find the little L brackets that go on that. I think they're riveted. I have to YouTube how to do that. I have no idea how those get riveted. I've used little bolts, lock nuts, lock washers and nuts to get those locked in, but I'm going to get this front kind of mocked in just to make sure I got everything. I'm not going to bore you with digging through all the bins because I know I got it. I just gotta find it. So, wish me luck. Ooh, there's the accelerator. Gas spring. I need that. Let me add that over here. All right, come along for the ride. This is a good example of how I will find a bag of stuff. 174, 10-bolt rear end hardware. I'm assuming this came out of the convertible, probably when I took it apart, but that I just put it in the bag when it's all kind of crappy. So I'll have a bin over here of the CRC. I love it. I drop these in there. I'm gonna drop them in there for probably 24 hours. They'll just do their thing. We got all sorts of little stuff. Just make sure they're all covered. I'll leave the bag here. I'll rebag it, renumber it, get a clean bag. Another washer in there. But that's how I try to clean up all my parts and pieces. It's free. Takes me just a little bit of time. We'll let them do their thing and we'll check on those tomorrow. We are having a pretty good little morning. So this is some of the stuff I found in the bins that I forgot I had. This was part of the original 69 Chevelle, the silver Chevelle. When I bought it, it came with $5,500 worth of year 1 parts. And this just is another example of that. So that's assuming that's the accelerator pedal spring. So I had taken this apart, ran it through our Evapo-Rust. It's all painted up, cleaned up. I had damaged the little pin that goes in there, so that's on its way, but found a spring, so that's good. I got a couple things working through the Evapo-Rust here. I was able to find, what is a heater, the actual heater assembly that goes in the Chevelle. There's a big L bracket. Got in there, some rear end stuff. Let's see, what else? Some back seat. The back seat actually has 2 large nuts that lock it into the floor. I found those. They were pretty rusty. I'm going to get a smaller little bin. This is some of the steering wheel retainer. It's a little rusty. I'm going to get it cleaned up, but I'll get a much smaller container. So that's a huge win on this side. But then let's see what we got and we were able to find as far as the car goes. So just going through the bins, I was starting to find a lot of small bins that had the dash. The dash pad has a little bit of little intricate nuts that it needs. There's some little retainers, some long bolts, short bolts. I was starting to find a bunch of small bags that had similar stuff. So I put them all in one big bag, marked it dash stuff, and then it'll actually go into the C bag, I think is where I had it. But I'm going to double check so I don't put it in the wrong spot. But then I bought this master kit. It says made in the USA from AMK Products. I bought this master kit and then I started looking for things that relate to the hood. So hood catch and lock plate, hood catch support. So that's good. Specific to what I need, header panel, grill brackets, the grill. Those are my little plastic retainer pieces. I don't have the grill yet. I'm going to bring one back from the El Camino. This is headlamp bezels. I think those actually go into the radiator support. Here's the adjusters I was talking about in that kit. The headlamp bezel brackets. That's where these guys come in. I'll come back to those in a second. Some headlight trim. I don't think I need those headlight trim ring screws because I had already cleaned up. Yep, there's screws in there. So that's a used headlight assembly. It's already been painted up, 415, or I think that's probably an Eastwood Extreme chassis spray paint job. I love these little LED lights. That solid bar in the middle, I don't think matches every car, but the way the Chevelle has that center, it happens to have that center bar in there, I think it looked perfect. So I'm super excited about these little LED. There's some eBay specials, running them on the Silver Chevelle Super Bright. Love them. And then these are the brackets that I was talking about before. So they are the headlamp bezel brackets. If I find them at a swap meet, I get them. So these are the two big ones. You can see the rivet. I never even drilled the rivet out. So those, but those are original. And then this is the set that actually came with the AMD kit. So it comes, and I individually bag them, of course, just to give you. So that's the small. There's two small and two larges that come with the kit. Let me get this large one out, just to give you an idea of what the original versus what AMD sends you. Pretty good quality even on these. But I've never actually used these, so I'm going to use the rivets that come with them. I'm going to get into the manual, figure out how those work, and do it right. But I was able to find everything that I need for the front grille, front header panel, front bumper filler panel. Just try to start putting it back together. I'm just curious to see how everything starts to look, how everything fits, because I don't want fitment to be an issue when we start. We are learning some things this morning. I did not know that this little U-clip and screw assortment, if you try to use them as like a regular nut and a bolt, they freeze up, lock up on you. I cannot for the life of me. My intent was to just put these little headlight brackets on with these, just like this. I thought it would work. So this one, I'm so stupid. So you can see that it locks up or binds up on the screw. I've tried to put shims back there to help me unscrew it, but that screw just binds. So I'm going to cut it off. I got other stuff to worry about. A couple things I did learn. I was spending a lot of time on YouTube trying to figure out which one of these brackets goes to the inside, which one goes to the outside. The spacing on the brackets themselves are different. So if you can see, it's about a 1/2 inch difference. That matches to the bolt holes that are already cut in. And because I don't know if the brackets go in or out, I think the solution to my problem is I'm gonna put a nut driver in it. The kit comes with, and I know somebody's watching right now and saying, just use what the kit came. So these are the rivets that I can hammer. I'm uncertain on a couple of things. So this is the driver's side. Here's the two brackets. Large bracket matches the holes, but it covers that square. I don't know if that's an alignment pin from the factory when they restamp it. I want this to come apart if I have to adjust it or when I paint it. So I'm going to run these nut drivers. So I'm going to start on this side, and we'll see if we can't find us a little better of a solution. We were doing this last last Christmas or 2 Christmases ago on the silver Chevelle when we got it ready to go on power tour. So I'm going to try that. So my kit says to use an 11/16 drill bit. I'll drill out these holes and then insert. If I don't like it, we'll get creative and we'll try something new. But I think I'm going to like the flexibility that this provides, and as long as it doesn't provide interference with anything on the bottom. So we're going to drill the driver's side out first. I need to do some research, continued research on YouTube. I don't know if I can say other YouTubers' names. So we watch a paint guy. He's awesome. He's very patient. I've been watching him, I think, for the last 20 years. I just like how he talks to us, like he's trying to coach and teach. But he just had a show on preparing the EDP, the electrode diode plated parts and pieces. So inner fenders, he was showing how to do trunklet, a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to watch his video again, and I'll scuff this up after we're done mocking everything up. Let me wobble this out just a little bit. Okay. I think that's the right drill bit size. My kit says 17/64. There we go. Let's swallow this one out a little bit more. Funny story about my little yellow tools here too. So for a long time, I grew up on Craftsman brand 19.2 volt stuff. Batteries started dying and I couldn't keep them charged, or it was getting very frustrating. So Kelly's dad, Jerry, had all the Ryobi stuff and started using really the Impact first. And I was like, man, this stuff is just awesome. The batteries last us forever. I do a good job of writing the year. Let me grab one. The year and the month. Like this is, like this guy, I've had this 9 amp battery for folks that talk about batteries not lasting since November 19th or November of 2019. So this battery's 6 years old. We run them all the time, but I always drain them. So I have a fan. I have a fan that's marked with an X. And every time the battery won't run the Impact, I throw them on that fan and I run them all the way down to 0. And then I charge them. And those batteries have lasted me forever. Lowe's was running a kit for DeWalt, and we all sat down. I was like, hey, do I need to invest in DeWalt tool? And the kid's like, we don't care what people think of us. We have never. Why are we going to start now? I was like, roger that. So we are Ryobi, ride or die. Wear their stuff out and then go buy new stuff. Talk to their distributor guy at Lowe's all the time or Home Depot when we see them. They're Home Depot, and thank them for allowing me, as a hobbyist guy in his garage, to have all the tools and all the batteries. We never run out of battery juice. We got batteries in every corner. Kelly's got a vacuum upstairs that. Okay, let's do this the right way. I screw this one up. All right. And then these are some Amazon 10 by 1024 by a half inch. We bought these, I think, when I was putting some fuses in the, or relays into the, what's the head on these, on the Chevelle. Probably put a little lock washer behind it if we decide to settle on this. But can you see how that gets covered up? I don't know if this is right or if I need to modify that, but this is all part of the mock-up. But now I can run these. Oh yeah, I like that a little bit better. I'm running the brackets that came with the AMD kit. I had two of the larger ones, so I guess the outer, I'm going to save them. The 69 Chevelle has one original. The other three were pieces of metal that I formed in the little L and then cut out the top. Little plastic piece goes in there. That'll be the next step. But let's get this together. So we're going to continue to mock this front header panel up. I'll let you know if there's clearance issues with the nut drivers underneath. And then when we do final assembly, I'll end up get some good stainless, because this is exposed to the weather. It's a stainless machine screws. I'll make sure I get some good stuff and put a lock washer behind these just to keep them locked in place. But I'm pleased with that. That's good. Nice and tight. You see what we're working with. This panel fits right down in there. We're going to get that mocked up. I'm going to drill out the other side that I screwed up. As we finish up this last one, I'm going to show you the two options that came from the little kits that I had bought, and then show you what we went with and why. So the AMD kit came with these rivets with a washer. So that's what they recommend. So the kit comes with 8 of them to run these rivets, but that's, again, permanent. These are the kits that come with the universal kits that I bought over the years. 8 pieces for each one of those. I'm assuming you can just hammer. It's probably a soft aluminum. I keep all that. Maybe someday if I'm doing a restoration accurate, these are probably what I need. But I need the ability to take these apart for assembly and mock-up and make sure I got everything the way I want it or need it. So we're going to go with these Jungle Special rivet nuts. I love them. I have been using them a lot. Come in good with mounting relays. I move relays around underneath on the 69 Chevelle, trying to get everything right where we want it. But this is going to solve our problem for here, as long as I don't have clearance issues underneath the filler panel, which I don't think I will. But this will be my solution for the convertible. Pleased with the direction we're going. Today's last extra credit thing on the list. I'm going to do a little bit of grinding in the back where the wheel wells are, start determining what's good and what's bad. I'm not going to start any of that till probably after Thanksgiving. So Kylie has been having the fake contraction, Braxton Hicks. I think Kelly's going to fly home tomorrow. I'll have Monday and Tuesday off, get the boys to school, and I'll go to work Wednesday and Thursday. And I think Friday morning we can pull the boys out of school at 8:05. They get full credit. And then we're going to go home for what will equate to about a week and a half, leads us into the Thanksgiving weekend. But it's going to be all right. And we're knocking things off the list. And I'm actually excited about getting home to Georgia and Alabama and showing you some of the other projects that we're working on. So hang in there with us. We're going to get this mounted up. And then next thing I'll show you is us doing some of the grinding and the prep for the back. So keep grinding. So we've learned a couple things here. We're rolling. Found my 17-piece set with the bumper filler panel hardware. Forgot when I got in there that I needed to get these front bumper braces. So these are 3 old ones that I had taken off something out of a junkyard and cleaned them up. This is the step I always forget. So for my own sake, when I go to do the El Camino, I thought I would just highlight the differences in the brackets. So the big fat piece there goes on the driver's side. The smaller piece goes on the passenger side, so I remember when I go to do it. These are the pieces that take the little plastic retainer when I go to put the headlight bezels in. Or that may even take in the grill. Plastic retainer piece, plastic retainer piece, plastic retainer, plastic retainer. So nut cert, those were good. Had to find some hardware. There actual is the inserted nut fender thing slides in there. I'm having some luck on the passenger side, believe it or not. This, I was able to get, this bolt comes in from the inside. I got another bolt that ties into the fender. Everything's going to be good on the passenger side. Where I start to run into a little bit of problem, I think is going to be on the driver's side. And everything's not quite lining up like I want. So I know filler panel, brackets, this is where it needs to be, but I have quite a bit of a gap for this fender. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of finagling, pushing down. Take 2 hands, but we're gonna get, sorry about that, we're gonna get this lined up. But it's coming in. It looks real good. I'm pleased with what we got going on today. So it's Matt and Austin, and I think we're going to call it a weekend. So it is Sunday afternoon, kind of a gloomy day, but we got 2 out of 3 things accomplished. Andrew helped us put the taillight housing assembly together. We got those mounted on the car. They look fantastic. We were able to spin the car in here. It's pretty tight area, but we were able, all of us, to get the car spun around so I can actually start doing some welding on the back, and it's closer outside where I'm able to actually push it out a little bit so the fumes don't get so bad in here. I fell short of doing the grinding. I kind of got bored, ran out of momentum. So we had mentioned it earlier. Kelli is flying home tomorrow, so Kylie is getting very close with the baby. So Kelly's going to go home so we don't miss it. The government is still shut down. They're having issues with flights and stuff, so we're going to start early. Kelly's going to go home tomorrow, Monday. Boys have school Monday and Tuesday, but it's okay. So we're going to not miss that with Kylie. We did some extra credit things too. We got the filler panel put in. We got the back was kind of kitty wampus with the coilovers. We did a bunch of little stuff. Super pleased with the direction that we're heading. Did you have a favorite part?
Probably spinning the car around.
Spinning the car around. I love the lists. I love doing this YouTube channel because it gives me some purpose. Still not getting paid, but it gives me a reason to get out here and and do some stuff. So had we not had the lists every day, it's just a bonus when we get to share it on YouTube and we get some additional subscribers and folks send a message that we're doing good, because we really are trying. The goal is to have 1,000 subscribers by next 1 October of 2026. I think we have 237 as of right now, which is very awesome. We're very appreciative. We try to put a good product together for you and make it worth your time. This will get posted on Thursday, so we'll post it before we start our travels, and then we're actually going back to Georgia and Alabama where we can show the other silver car and we can show the 4-door. So it is Veterans Day on Tuesday, so I am a veteran, a proud veteran, and have lots of veteran friends. So we're going to release our next video before this comes out. It'll be on November 11th at 11:11, and then we're going to share the story of the 4-door. So I hope you have a chance to see that. If not, we're going to post a link to it in the description, and we encourage everybody to get out there and keep grinding. Do you have anything to say?
Make sure to like and subscribe, and you can comment anything you want about the silver Chevelle and anything else of our cars.
Yep. And then those go a long way in motivating us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Good job, buddy.